Hey everyone, CrimsonMune here. I love GFUEL, and I've enjoyed reviewing GFUEL flavors for a while now. Recently, a number of Crimson Knights have been telling me to try GameFuel, so I'm here to give it a taste and compare it to GFUEL. GameFuel recently burst onto the scene of gamer-focused energy drinks with big partnerships with streamers such as Dr. Disrespect and Courage. Since it's produced by Mountain Dew, they have a lot of marketing and production resources at their disposal, and they quickly got off the ground. But how does the new GameFuel compare to GFUEL? I'm going to pit them against each other in 6 different categories: nutrition, availability, price, selection, design, and taste. Let's start with nutrition. Both GFUEL and GameFuel cans are 16 fluid ounces, so it's very easy to compare the nutrition facts. All we have to do is compare the labels on the back. GameFuel has 90 calories per serving, whereas GFUEL has 0 calories. You'll also find that GameFuel has 90 milligrams of caffeine, whereas GFUEL has 300 milligrams of caffeine. Now, I do want to note that is a lot of caffeine. In fact, it's twice as much caffeine as you get from a single serving of the powder from the tub. So be careful when you're drinking the cans. It's actually equivalent to 2 shakers of GFUEL. Okay, another big line in the nutrition category is sugar. GameFuel has 23 grams of sugar, whereas GFUEL has 0 grams of sugar. That's a big part of their marketing, that they have 0 sugar in any of their drinks. It's a little bit of a game that they play because both GameFuel and GFUEL do have sweeteners. GameFuel has high fructose corn syrup and sucralose, whereas GFUEL only has sucralose. High fructose corn syrup is pretty bad for you. You don't want to be drinking a lot of that. You find that in sodas and things like that, which makes sense because GameFuel is made by Mountain Dew. Makes sense that they have high fructose corn syrup. You do not find that in GFUEL. Another item to highlight in the nutrition category is sodium. GameFuel has 180 milligrams of sodium, whereas GFUEL only has 70 milligrams of sodium. A couple other nutrition facts to note. GameFuel says that 5% of each can is from fruit juice concentrate, and as many of you may know from my channel in particular, GFUEL does have a Proposition 65 warning for containing trace levels of lead in them. So if you haven't heard about that, I don't want to scare you, but you should be aware of that. And if you haven't heard of it, you should definitely check out my GFUEL lead series. Hopefully that could put your mind at ease. But it should be noted, there are no such Proposition 65 warnings that I'm aware of on GameFuel. Obviously, that's a huge plus for GameFuel as opposed to GFUEL. But overall, GFUEL stands out in the categories of calories, sugar, sweeteners, and sodium, which in my book puts GFUEL the winner of the nutrition category. So let's move on to the next category, availability. While GFUEL is slowly pushing their products out into limited gas stations, convenience stores, micro centers, and Walmarts, GameFuel is prolific. Mountain Dew already had all of its infrastructure and contracts in place to quickly move their new product into stores all across the country. I walked into my local giant food store and I grabbed these 4 right off the fully stocked shelf. GameFuel easily wins the availability and ease of access category. Let's move on to our third category, price. A can of GameFuel costs about $1.81 off the shelf, while a can of GFUEL costs about $2.75 off the shelf. In addition, most of us get our GFUEL shipped directly from the website, which is a bit pricey and can make the cost per can closer to $3.50. Rewards and discount codes can usually offset shipping costs though, so the price stays at about $2.75 per can. Nonetheless, GameFuel is about 94 cents per can cheaper and wins the price category. Our fourth category is selection. While GameFuel wins the availability category, they don't fare as well in the selection category. GameFuel currently has 7 total flavors, 5 normal flavors, and 2 zero sugar flavors. GFUEL, on the other hand, has 11 canned flavors and 49 flavors overall, as well as 4 hydration series non-caffeine flavors. GFUEL takes the selection category in a landslide. Our fifth category is design. GameFuel has innovated the can design by adding a resealable cap, which helps prevent spills and makes it easier to put back in the fridge to finish later. You can see that the resealable cap is held down by a little white band across the opener. So you just pop that open, break the band, and then you can always pop it back in to reseal it and save it for later. But GameFuel's graphic designs are simple and boring, while every G Fuel can flavor has a unique artistic design. Many of those designs are tied to streamers in the gaming world, making them even more interesting and well marketed to their gaming audience. G Fuel takes the design category too. So to recap, G Fuel is ahead right now, winning the nutrition, selection, and design categories, while GameFuel took the availability and price categories. But the last and most important category remains: taste. I've tried every G Fuel can available so far, so I'm not going to try them on this video. Check out my other G Fuel can tasting videos to hear my thoughts and ratings. I have with me here Charged Original Dew, Charged Cherry Burst, Charged Tropical Spike, and Charged Berry Blast. I'm going to try GameFuel's Charged Cherry Burst flavor first, which is the main flavor that everyone keeps telling me to try. Now, fair warning, I'm not a big fan of cherry, but I'll try to be objective as I compare this to G Fuel. So let's open it up and give it a taste. It's decent. It kind of tastes like drinking a cherry soda in terms of the way that the cherry flavor comes across, the level of carbonation, which is lower than the G Fuel carbonation. To me, drinking this GameFuel feels like drinking a extra caffeinated can of soda, whereas I feel like the G Fuel flavors really stand out. They're really unique, really well done. So this is fine, but in my opinion, based on tasting this Charged Cherry Burst, G Fuel still wins the taste category. So in summary, of the 6 categories that we use to pit these two drinks against each other, G Fuel has walked away with the nutrition, selection, design, and taste categories, while GameFuel took the availability and price categories. So G Fuel is our overall winner and will continue to be my go-to gaming energy drink. So that's me, but I'd love to hear which you prefer, GameFuel or G Fuel. Share your thoughts and preferences in the comments section below. Go ahead and press the like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to be notified about other videos like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy your gaming energy drinks. Bye.